Good morning, and not a good morning book to be changing the ways that it's doing some things. So after a bit of a battle, here I am, and welcome in on this Friday morning. It seems to have been a little while since I've come on live just to do some crafting with you. We did a catalogue launch, a catalogue walkthrough last week, but with various bank holidays and goodness knows what else, it seems like ages since I've been on live to do some crafting. And today we are going to be live crafting with some things from the new catalogue. So the first time we've really played with new things. Morning, Debbie. Lovely to see you here. And Lisa, I'm going to put out a bit of a warning now. I have a delivery due this morning, and my husband came up to me this morning and went, "Oh, they've said that the delivery is coming a 2-hour slot anytime after 9:34. Thank you very much. So we may get a ring on the door, but I'm hoping that perhaps they'll wait till 10. Let's hope so. But we'll get cracking anyway. So let me, if you're new here joining us, let me introduce myself. So my name, as I say, is Helen Jennings. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK. And been a demonstrator now for a good 8.5 years, so quite a while. And it is my pleasure always to come on and do some crafting with you and do battle with the technology, whatever it throws at us, but hopefully do some crafting. So this is me. This is where you'll find my website, www.loveaduckie.co.uk. And over on there, you'll find inspiration, shop links, classes, all of those sorts of things. And if you're looking for me anywhere else on social media, whether that's Pinterest, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, look out for Love-a-Duckie, and hopefully that's where you will find me. Some of these other things I'm going to come back to as we go along. Hopefully we'll have time. I have got upcoming classes for May. So next week I have a fancy fold class that's going to be in person. If you would like to join me for in-person class, then do. If you would like to receive a video with the instructions, then get in touch and we can sort something out for that as well. I can do you a video link class rather than an in-person class if you are not local to me here in Northamptonshire, or indeed can't make the time. So do get in touch. And there's a Stamp a Stack class at the end of the month using the beautiful Wisteria Wishes bundle. And on May the 21st, we've got a Saturday Stampers. So that's in local to me here in Northamptonshire, and all day using butterflies and birds we're going to be using for that class. So do come along. That's a bit of a sort of card buffet, so that you've got lots of ideas to choose from, and you'll have a kit that will enable you, and instructions to enable you to make all of the classes cards that I have produced for that class. So that's always a good one. And the other thing in terms of events and things, I have got a retreat coming up in June. So there's still space for you to come and join me for that on the 18th of June. That is literally all day from 9:30 in the morning till 8 at night. We feed you pastries when you arrive, lunch, an evening meal, and all the snacks and tea and cake and biscuits in between. You'll get a kit that's worth in excess of £50, and lots of inspiration and things to be doing all day. If you're not able to join me for the in-person event and would like a retreat in a box, that is also an option. Obviously, I can't provide your meals or a venue, but I can provide you with inspiration and that same kit. So if either of those are of interest to you, do get in touch with me, and it would be lovely to have you join us. Right, I'm going to come down and bring in this camera because, as I say, today is the first day that we are going to be playing along with those things from the new catalogue. I'm just looking at that, and that looks like that has frozen. That frozen for you as well. Let me just have a play with my phone and see if I can find out why that has frozen. I told you technology is not our friend. Okay. That's better. We have sprung back to life. Okay, so the new catalogue, lots and lots of gorgeous things inside here. And I did do a video the other day where we had a flick through that. So do go ahead over to my YouTube channel and um, have a look at that. We flick through of all of the sweets and things in that camera a moment. But we are actually going to be playing with a suite that is featured on the front here today. So this is the beautiful, it's the last suite that you find in the catalogue. It's the beautiful Hues of Happiness suite, and it is just gorgeous. And the reason I wanted to play with this today is that we have a stamp camp coming up with this in July, which seems a long time away. But for the stamp camps, if you buy the suite, you get free entry into the stamp camp. And with the stamp camp, you are going to get a free tutorial bundle with at least 12 tutorials in it. You will get links to videos for all of the 12 tutorials in that bundle. You will also get a make and take kit for all of the cards in that bundle. Hi Jane, it probably is that I've just not been on my usual slots for a while. That's why you haven't been seeing me. So with the stamp camps, as I say, lots and lots of reasons why you're going to want to be involved with that. That tutorial bundle with the make and take kits and video links to that. And on top of that, you are added in to a exclusive Facebook group where you will get at least 12 further videos with 12 further projects. So at least 24 projects at the end of the day using this beautiful suite. So if you are thinking of buying it, then you do sort of bear that in mind. You can be joining up. In order to sign up for the stamp camp, you're going to need to buy this Hues of Happiness suite, plus you will also need one ribbon. And what I'm going to do, I haven't yet got the details of that up on my website. I will be doing that today so that you know what you would need to be ordered to trigger that entry into that stamp camp. So hold fire on ordering this until you've checked out the stamp camp. So let's come back and let's have a quick look at this, what's involved in this Hues of Happiness. So the bundle itself, the suite itself, contains a stamp set, a set of dies, and also beautiful, beautiful DSPs that we're going to look at in a moment, and some gorgeous embellishments. So there's those 4 elements to the suite, and with the suite you can buy all of those things separately, but if you do want them all, just use that one order number here, 158828, and that will pop all of those things into your basket in one go. Just saves you putting 4 numbers in. Now what to and you really don't want to see my toes. Okay, let's move some of these to the side. So the stamp set is a photopolymer stamp set. You've got all of these floral images and lots of sentiments, and they're sort of in this long format with the tails either end, which makes them rather fun. So they are really lovely, and you've got birthdays, congratulations, best wishes, many thanks for all you do. So really, really useful set of sentiments, as well as all these beautiful florals. And the florals are all line drawings. That means that you are going to get to play with your colouring mediums, whether that is watercolouring with inks, whether it's colouring with blends, whether it's stamping white markers, whether you are using pastels, watercolour pencils, daubers, so many options, or indeed stamping onto some of this beautiful paper and die cutting it. You don't need to fussy cut it, die cut cutting it out. So really, really beautiful. And obviously dies to go with it. So you've got all of these dies that are going to cut out your stamped images. And then you've got a few little fun dies in here. You've got this long one and this one just here that is going to give you the impression of sort of the edge of a notebook. And if I just bring the catalogue back in, you'll see on this front image just here how you've got this down the dot side here, you've got this notebook type effect, and that is created with this die here. So these long dies, and then you've got this beautiful sort of die just here that is going to cut into your cardstock. So we'll have a bit of a play with that, I think, in a little while. And the other thing is these Glossy Dot Assortments. These are just stunning. I don't know what colours they say that they're in there. I think it is Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, or could be Mango Melody, Melon Mambo, Gorgeous Grape, but they're just beautiful. I think those are going to be used a lot. And then there is the papers. These are just stunning, and there are lots of these that you can cut out with those dies. So there's some more that you can cut out with those dies, just that the roses are in different colourways. There's one with this beautiful navy black ground. There's some more little flowers there. This is really sweet with these lots of little flowers on the back. And then if we flip them over, you've got these beautiful sort of watercolour wash backgrounds. This navy one is another watercolour wash. There's that flash of blue, dark blue, night of navy in the corner. Purples and blues, that would make quite a dramatic sky, wouldn't it? And there we've got some pinks and yellows. And then lots and lots of just sweet little crosses, multicoloured crosses on the back there. So the papers are stunning, absolutely stunning. You're going to want more than one pack of those as the year goes by, I am sure. Really has got a mind of its own this morning. Okay, so what we're going to start with is a couple of really quick and easy cards, just to show that when you've got gorgeous, gorgeous papers like this, then it just, putting together a card is really, really simple. So I have got two card bases here. One is Daffodil Delight and one is Highland Heather. I have cut some of that sort of watercolory background. So that one is got the yellows and pinks on it. This one has got sort of purples and blues with a flash of green at the bottom. And then I have taken, let me see if I can find the sheet in question. This sheet of DSP, and if you look at it, it sort of starts off at the bottom here with pinks and yellows and moves up into blues and greens and lilacs. So you've sort of got the whole colourway going all the way up the sheet. So what I have done is I've cut a strip, a 5.5 centimetre strip, all the way down that piece of DSP, and then I've cut it again for here in the UK to 13.4, and I've cut a mat of, again, Highland Heather and Daffodil Delight. And you can see, without me really sort of sticking together or doing anything, we've already got the makings of two cards really very simply, just by cutting up some paper. Now, in my little tray just here, I do have a die cut flower that is left over from some die cutting that I was doing the other day, and I'll show you those cards in a minute. So we can use that on one of our projects, and then we'll think about what we're going to do with the other one in terms of a greeting. So I think all we need really is a bit of a greeting and some embellishments on there. So what shall we have? I think this one, I'm just going to have a sending you thanks for all you do. And this one, wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. I think we'll have on that one. So this first one, I'm just going to pick up a little bit of basic white card. The fact it has holes cut in it is totally insignificant. It is just, that was the piece of card that I've just grabbed from my oddments box. So let's pick up this sending many thanks for all you do. And I've got a gorgeous grape ink pad here. Stay. You can see it, look, coming down. As I've lifted it up, you can watch that camera drifting. Obviously need to go in and do a bit of tightening up on the stand. Right, so let's just have a sending many thanks for all you do. And I'm going to take, I feel this stand today, you know when you get sort of like you out the corner of their eye and put one finger on it. I think that is what is happening with this stand today. I'm saying, will you stay there? And it's going, no. There, look at me. Whatever you do. We will be having words stand later. Right. Bring this down here. And I think we'll cut it on an angle that way. Let's stick that together. For goodness sake, camera. I think I'm going to entitle this video Helen versus the camera. Camera 1, Helen nil. I find there is always something. Morning, Jackie. There always seems to be some battle that I'm having with technology or some such things. Let us pop that on there. We'll stick this to our card base. So if you were looking to do a really quick and simple thank you card, birthday card, this would absolutely work. I could equally say happy birthday, congratulations, feel better soon, get well soon. Let's bring in the yellow version. Keep picking up the wrong glue. And for the card base, I could have picked out any of these. The pink, the Mango Melody, Flirty Flamingo. You could easily make a sort of set of cards to go in a little box for a gift. going to grab another new set of dies. These are the stylish shapes. And I'm thinking, going to die cut in fact, I'm going to die cut a larger yellow Daffodil Delight circle. Will that fit on there? No. Let's fit it on there. So I'm just going to die cut a large yellow circle. Let's die cut a basic white. Goodness me, should have got whisper white out of my system by now, shouldn't I? So these shapes are going to be so useful, and it's one of the dies, that set of dies that isn't connected to a suite or a bundle, but you will find hanging out at the back of the catalogue. I'm going to take some Melon Mambo, I think. The DSP is just gorgeous, isn't it, Glenda? Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are at 2 in the day. It is just stunning paper. Nice thing about stamping onto circles is that you don't have to worry too much about being straight, because you just readjust your circle. And I'm going to take this little rose just here. Let's just pop a little bit of glue on the top there for now. And then I think we'll raise it all up with some dimensionals. Oh, that's all right, I don't think it's sticking over the edge too much. It's the trouble when you just tear off little bits of the dimensionals. I'm just going to take my scissors and give that one a little bit of a haircut. And then let's come in with some of these glossy accent, these glossy dots. And we'll just have a few round and about. So there we have used our stylish shapes, which I think will be in and out on show the entire year round, because they're going to be such useful. The fact that they are stitched, so these circles are stitched, as are the squares, as are the banners. They are going to be a favourite, I think. So there's two really simple cards. I'll need to pop a little insert in the middle of there just to write on. But there's two to get us started. So let's just pop those to one side. Before I go on, I'm going to show you this. So this was a one sheet wonder. Now you might have seen this go up on my social media this week, and I am going to do a blog post at some point with this. But this was just a 6x6 of this pretty paper here. And some of it is on one side and some of it is on the other. And I've just mainly die cut those flowers to go with it, really. So it was just a 6x6 one sheet wonder, and I've created 7 little cards. And it just, really easy to do. Again, you could create those, all got different sorts of greetings on. That would make a lovely little, put that in a box, would make a lovely little gift for somebody. Yeah. If you can't think what to get them, then sort of give them a little box of cards that they can send to other people. So yeah, really quick and easy to do. Say, just beautiful. Right, a piece of shimmery white cardstock here. Now I am going to, I had a class yesterday, so not everything is where it should be. Not yet back where it should be. No, I didn't. I had a class on Wednesday, but I had my grandson yesterday, so I didn't get into the craft room to sort things back out. But right, let's get a stamping piece mat underneath that piece of shimmery white cardstock, because we're going to do some masking for this one and some watercolouring. Now we are going to be getting some masking paper. Mine is on order and my order has been dispatched, but it is not yet here with me. So I am going to be using post-it notes today, but we have got some masking paper on its way to us, which is exciting, and I can't wait to see that and start playing with it. But for now, I'm going to stamp up this flower with some stays on. And let's stamp that in this corner. Perfect. I have already stamped my flowers onto some paper, but haven't yet got as far as cutting them out. So in order to mask these, can't see my little scissors, that's a pain. Only my ribbon ones, and I'm not using those. So I have just stamped this floral big flower onto an all over sticky post-it note. It could be any sort of post-it note, could just be a scrap piece of paper if need be. But something with some sticky on the back is always useful. And I'm just going to cut around the outside of this. I could die cut it, but if I die cut it, that's going to leave a little bit of a border. And I'd rather not. But if fussy cutting really is a problem for you, then by all means, just die cut the shape. You don't even have to stamp it if you're going to die cut it. You just need the shape. Right, let's lie that over the top of our original stamped image. Now, when you're masking, what you need to think is what is it that I want to be on the front, in the foreground of my finished piece, because that is the thing that you stamp first, because everything else will then look as if, when you finished, as if it's behind. Right, let's have one of these roses here. I'll have another one of these in here. And then I'm going to take this rose. Yep, I'm going to need somewhere. I have stamped these roses as well. So it doesn't matter what colour or whatever you stamp on to your post-it note, or if it doesn't quite come out. And once you've finished with your post-it notes, I shan't be throwing these in the bin. I shall be putting them in my case and use them again until such a time as they are completely wrecked. And there is no option but to put them in the bin. But quite often that doesn't happen because it's not every day that you're masking with your stamps. So they should last you a little while. Cut the wrong one out first, obviously. Round we come. Last little bit. We'll have that coming in just there. That's not brilliant in terms of stamped image, but we are going to watercolour in a minute, so that's okay. I'm going to bring in the little leaf stamp. Let's have one there. One coming out there. Then I'm going to take that mask off of there, bring it down here. And we'll have another leaf sort of like that. So it looks very odd at the moment, but hopefully as we remove these masks, it will start to make a little more sense. This one in the background does look a little bit dark, a bit light. Didn't quite ink that up enough by the look of that, but that's okay. We can work with that. Right, I have some watercolour, my water painters here in the background. Just give that a squeeze. Ooh. And I think, what should we go? Let's go Melon Mambo for this rose in the front. So let's just paint. And obviously you would be able to take much more time than I'm going to. And if you're not sure what your original looked like, you can always go back to the front of your stamp case to have a look at the original image. Let's bring in this pink down here. Bring it round. going to add in some slightly darker pieces where these flowers are sort of, the petals are folded over. Bring a touch of Daffodil Delight in there. It's a good squeeze. I think we'll have this one as a yellow rose. And of course, with roses, you can start adding all sorts of hints of pink to the end or the centre. They're not necessarily just one solid colour. And this one down here. I'm sticking with the colours that you find in the paper, which is quite extensive. There's a good list of colours that you find in that paper. Let's see if I can find it and read it out to you. Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Fresh Freesia, Gorgeous Grape, Granny Apple Green, Mango Melody, Melon Mambo, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Pool Party. So get quite an extensive list of colours that are in the paper, but of course you don't have to go with the paper. I actually just pick up a little bit of pink and just come around the edges here. Just give a bit of a touch of pink to some of the edges. And then this final one, let's come in with some Gorgeous Grape. There we go. And then some Granny Apple Green for those leaves. Obviously with these we could have used our re-inkers as well, just popped that in a palette. Or you could stamp your ink pad onto one of your acrylic blocks and use that as a palette for your painting. Just going to pick up a basic black watercolour pencil, and where that hasn't stamped very well, just going to add in some of that definition on that rose just there. Just wash my brush off. And let's pick up a bit of pool party ink, and we will just stop wobbling. Coming in these gaps around the edge a little bit. Let's put the lid on that one so we don't lean in it. Just bring that out and round a little bit. Bring in this slightly bigger brush. Right. Giving that a bit of a edge round the outside. Now we need to create a frame for that, which I think would be good in black. Rustle, rustle in the background. Long enough but not wide enough. That piece has really been in the mill. Got all manners of pieces of black card, but can't see one that's quite big enough for what I want. Let me grab a piece. I've also grabbed a piece of Mellow Mambo for a card base. Now this was, bless you Jane, perhaps it's because you're seeing it from a distance and not close up. 8.5 by 11.5, that piece of water, shimmery white water, shimmery white card was 8 by 11, so I'm going to cut that so that it is 8.5 by 11.5. I'm actually going to cut Mellow Mambo Matte. Say that in a hurry. think we'll have a white card base, but what we're going to do first is we're going to take our Melon Mambo mat and we will take this die just here. And I also think let's take our holy die just here. So our holy die we're going to throw on the floor, but then when we picked it up again, we will have that coming down the edge here. Then this we will use to cut out a pattern in our Melon Mambo cardstock. So let's see what happens. Drum roll. I've not used these yet. So it is drum roll. As we send that through there. Perfect. So you'll see on your die you've got a long line and then you've got all these bits that come out of it. So this line needs to be on the edge of your piece that you're cutting with all the little holes coming into it. So that then looks as if it's been torn out of a notebook. Rather fun. These bits, don't want them to cut it off completely, so need to be careful that it is cutting into the cardstock and not cutting the cardstock in half. There, I think. And you can see that as we take all of these pieces out, some of them don't come out, some of them are sort of sticky uppy. So some bits completely cut out, but not all of them. So don't spend forever trying to poke out bits that aren't intended to come out. You need to look quite carefully and see, is it cut all the way around the edge? Or is there a piece still remaining? Because you'll be very frustrated if you're trying to punch out bits that aren't intended to come out. That one isn't, that one isn't, that one isn't, that one is, that one is. And you can go in, sort of use your pokey tool to poke up the bits that are intended to stay in. To give that a bit of 3D. You might not get them all, but, or I might not get them all. You'll have more time to go. Yep, that one, that one. So there we go. was thinking of doing a white card base, but actually I think it might look better having a black card base peeping through. That's right, I'm looking all around me. Where's my black card gone? It's right at my feet. So let's just create a standard card base in black. Obviously this is going to need an insert in it, so you could I think that's quite nice with the black poking through those holes underneath there. Right, let's glue this down. Isn't that pretty? It's a really pretty die. Let's glue our watercoloured piece to our black mat just there. And I think we'll have that on some dimensionals. I only seem to have minis in there at the moment. That's okay. Have that on a bit of an angle with our prettiness showing underneath. And then we just want one of the sentiments. Shall we have "You are wonderful in every way"? Now, I think I'm going to take a bit of black card. Some Versamark. I'm going to grab the white embossing powder. Heat gun. Let's heat that up a little bit. Pop the lid on the embossing powder before we knock it flying. I think we're going to come round and sort of cut this around these tails. So it gives it a little bit of a shadow effect. I'm going to stick that down directly rather than dimensionals, just because the tails might curl a little bit. Let's take it on the same angle as the there's my little jewels gone. Decisions. Actually, why choose one when you could choose 3? How's that? That is doing with those gorgeous roses. So you are going to need an insert inside there, but a bit of masking and some watercolouring. Just really, really beautiful. And if you just want quick and easy, then just grab your papers and go. How stunning is that? If you haven't already got it, I'm sure this is going to be a suite that is on your to-do list, to buy list. Yeah, so if you are here in the UK, then or even wherever you are in the world, you can join in. So there are demonstrators in Canada, Australia, and the US, as well as some demonstrators here in the UK that are taking part in the stamp camp. So do come and seek one of us out and buy your suite from us, and you can join that stamp camp. If you are here in the UK with me, then I have got a bit of a special on in terms of ordering. If you put an order in of £40 or more by the 14th of May, I will pop you in for a prize draw. The prize draw, what is the prize, will depend on how many people put in an order. The bigger the orders, the bigger the prize. But even if you're the only person, you will still get a small prize. So order by the 14th of May to go into that prize draw. Let's come back to that one. Let's come to the shares. So I have got some shares happening. So you need to book your places on these by the 14th of May, whether you want a quarter pack of all of the new papers, a quarter of a reel of all of the new ribbons, whether you want some of the specialty papers, some of the embellishments, or whether you would like to join my In Colour Club, where you can gather one of the new in colours every month for the next 5 months. So ink pads, refills, stamping blends, stamping white markers, cardstock, paper, the whole kit and caboodle, twines and ribbons. One colour each month, including some inspiration. If you would like to be part of that, then sign up for my In Colour Club, and you'll find details of all of those under clubs and shares below the shop tab on my website. If you are thinking of joining the family at the moment, there is a fabulous starter promotion. So you can order £99. You pay £99. You get £130 worth of product of your choice, and then you also get, in addition to your £130, you also get all 5 ink colour pads, a pack of all 5 colour cardstock, the new DSP, and in colour stamping mats, stamping grids. So just absolutely fabulous value. So do check that out. And if you haven't got a catalogue yet and you're here in the UK and you would like one, then do message me or go over onto my website at www.loveaduckie.co.uk/request-a-catalogue, and I will make sure that I get one in the post to you, because you really, really don't want to be missing out on those. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful, sweet, great fun to play with, and I'm sure that we will be playing with it for all of the 12 months to come. Yeah, and really enjoying it. So I hope you've enjoyed those cards. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day wherever you are, and a fabulous weekend. And hopefully our schedule will be back to something a bit more like normal for at least a couple of weeks before we get to another bank holiday. Yeah, it's all bank holidays this time of the year. Not complaining. But have a lovely, lovely weekend, and I will see you all very soon.